Hi students, and welcome back to this live IELTS class, the second one of today. I hope everybody has had a great week. I hope you're looking forward to an awesome weekend. Welcome Fuang, hi Domenico, Anna, nice to see our members. Great to see both Carolina and Sarah, our chat moderators, in this class. Javo here, David, Kruti, nice to have you all here. Parsa, great to have you back. Love the avatar. Paying homage to our great classical composers. Students, in this class we are looking at IELTS Task 2 Writing. The persuasive essay, the big writing essay of the writing section. It's worth 2/3 of the mark. It's no surprise. Persuasive essays are very common in university. In the real world, these are the essays that are written to convince people of ideas and to move society forward. The power of literature, the power of words, especially when it comes to persuasion, convincing the audience, shapes our history. This one will be focusing on the dangers of technology, which is of course an important topic in society because we are surrounded by technology. And it is advancing extremely quickly, especially when we're thinking about the latest AI technologies coming out in the world. So it's a good topic, and it's definitely one that can easily appear on your next IELTS exam. IELTS likes to focus on topics that are relevant, that are current. Technology is at the top of that list. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, visit us there. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. These are the websites that power these live classes. We use the materials from our websites regularly to keep up with your studies, to study between classes. I highly recommend joining the premium package here at aehelp.com. You can do that by clicking this big red button just right above my head. It's a one-time payment. You get lifetime access. We don't believe in subscriptions. We believe in trying to help as many people as possible, keeping our prices low while bringing you top-notch materials. You can also get the premium package now through YouTube by clicking on the shopping, checking out through Shopify. If you choose that method, make sure to send us an email so we can activate your accounts. We're an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center. I'm a British Council agent. I have been teaching IELTS for over a decade. My degree is in psychology from the University of Victoria. I focus on how we think, how we learn, and how we communicate effectively. For general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com. It's the green background. Again, click that big red button to join the premium version of the course. When you do that, you can use the discount code IMAGINE9. Click here to enter the code IMAGINE9 to get you an additional 10% discount. Imagination, beautifully represented by that little rainbow that you see in the chat. The cost is different in different parts of the world. We try to adjust the prices to make it affordable for everybody. So check it out locally. Use that code IMAGINE9. And of course, download the apps, link the apps to the websites, Academic IELTS Help from your App Store or General IELTS Help from your App Store. Link it to the Academic and the General IELTS sites. Lots of sample essays for different types of questions. The key, everybody, is not to just write different types of Task 2 essays, but the key is to understand the persuasive essay style. Okay, you've heard me say that word, and I'll explain that a little bit more as we go along. This blog here is talking about the use of phones in schools, so also related with technology. Just kind of another example or perspective on how you can write about technology, what kind of words, vocabulary you want to learn and use. Instagram, IELTS_AEHelp, over 100,000 followers there for the vocabulary. The live class schedules, GIELTS Help for the general IELTS, check those out. We're always posting there as well, useful content and materials for you to improve and have fun while learning. Students, if you have questions, we're here. We're here to help. Adrian at aehelp.com is my email. You can also email my colleagues, admin at aehelp.com. You can also ask Carolina and Sarah questions. Both of them have taken the IELTS exam. Sarah is currently doing her university studies. Carolina is a professional working in the field of computers and graphics. So they're both incredibly intelligent people and can help you with a lot of questions regarding the IELTS exam, English, schools, immigration work, and so on. So you can ask them as well. It's lovely to have them here helping us make these classes flow smoothly. There's writing and speaking help available on the website. So again, check that out on the websites. You can book practice speaking sessions and send your essays for professional feedback and editing. This is a subscribers chat class, everybody. To join the chat, all you have to do is subscribe. And you can immediately join the chat. We want to encourage you to subscribe so that you're learning regularly. Regular practice and engagement is key to developing your language and communication skills quickly. Tomorrow we've got speaking part 2 for members here on YouTube. And then as you can see from the little icons here, the shield here means that this live class will be on the website. It will be speaking part 3. This will be available to everybody on the website. We've just made some upgrades this week to make those flow even smoother, have better connections for students. So we're taking your suggestions into account and making improvements accordingly. And we always have videos coming out for you. We've got a great Task 1 video coming out for you within the next 24 hours. So check it out. This one's from about 10 days ago. Students, let's jump into our IELTS Task 2 writing question. I want you to interact with me as much as possible. Of course, if you're driving or doing an activity that requires your attention, please pay attention to that. We don't want to be contributors to accidents or misfortunes. So, however, if you are in your office or bedroom or school and you're learning, engage the class. Chat, don't be shy. We love hearing your comments, your questions, your sample sentences. Task 2, you should spend 40 minutes on this task. Okay, spend 40 minutes on it, not a minute less. Okay, if anything, a minute more. It's worth 2/3 of your mark. Start with Task 1. We just finished a Task 1 class 45 minutes ago. You can see that video on YouTube. Start with Task 1, then switch to Task 2. First step is always to read the question very, very carefully. Let's do that now. Some people are concerned that technology has encouraged people to be lazy and irresponsible. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this belief? Give answers and explanations from your own experience, meaning that you can use examples from your life and you can write in the first person voice. In fact, it's a good idea. Like I have seen people texting while driving regularly. The question tells you what the essay should be. Okay, it's all in there. You just have to pay careful attention. Now, generally speaking, Task 2 has 4 paragraphs, okay? So it has an introduction. The introduction is very important. There are some strange videos and information on the internet where they say, oh, just do a quick introduction and then focus on the body paragraphs. That's if you don't have enough time and if you are still kind of, progressing in your English and you find it difficult to write 250 words in the 40 minutes, then yeah, keep your introduction relatively short. But if you're trying to get a higher band score, like 6.5 or 7, and that's kind of the area that we target, okay? We're really targeting these band 6.5, 7, 8, 9 goals. Then you have to have a good introduction. Your introduction has to be at a first year college or very good high school level. Okay, a very good high school level or first year college introduction is not just a quick, simple introduction paraphrasing the question. Okay, that would not be considered a good introduction by your grade 12 teacher or your college professors or university professors for sure. Okay, so you need a good introduction. You need to understand what a good introduction has, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. So you need a body paragraph, then you need another body paragraph, and then you need a conclusion. And the conclusion, again, for those higher scores, doesn't just repeat the introduction or paraphrase it. Okay, the conclusion is more. It leaves the reader with value, with information that was worth reading, with some kind of advice, message that they can use in their life, where they feel like, okay, that was a good read and I got something from it. I got a valuable piece of information from this reading. Okay, if you want to get a band 7, 8, 9, you have to think about the conclusion in that way. All right. Don't just follow simple templates that you see online. These days, that will not get you a good score on the IELTS exam. Okay, there are a lot of clickbait videos out there. There are a lot of videos out there that are designed just to get you to click on it, thinking that you have this quick fix for a good band score. It simply doesn't work. When the examiner sees the same introduction, the same conclusion for 20 different essays on the same day, they just keep writing down 5.5, 6, 6.5, 5.5, 5, 6. Okay? Because it's not original. They can't give you a band 7. They can't say you have a good essay if you don't have an original essay. Okay? Band 7 means it's good English. Band 8 means it's very good. They can't give you a band 8 if your essay looks like every other guy and girl that sat the exam that week. All right? Is that clear? All right? Amir, nothing's easy in life, as the saying goes. So it's not easy to achieve task response, but you can do it. And having the right strategy and the right ideas, you can get there. Okay. So the introduction of task 2 has a hook. I know some people are like, but my teacher told me I don't need a hook for IELTS. Yeah, if you want to get a band 5 or a 6, hook's maybe not so important. If you want to get a band 7, 8, 9, yeah, you want to write a hook. I've talked to a lot of examiners and they say, yeah, when I'm giving a band 7 or higher, I'm looking for a hook. And when I see a hook, I go, oh, okay, that person knows how to write an introduction. When I don't see the hook, I just see the template. Then I go, oh, okay, this person just followed some YouTube videos and some books and they're just kind of going for a band 6, right? So good introductions have a hook. Why? Because you want to make your reader interested and you want to introduce the topic. Then you have background to the introduction to the topic. The background introduces what you're going to write about. So it gives a clear idea to your reader of, aha, okay, so when this person is thinking technology, to them, the word technology means this, or in this essay, the term technology or the term lazy or the term irresponsible has this meaning. Now we're on the same page. Now we're thinking about the same idea. So you introduce the terms and the importance. Why are we talking about this? Well, everybody's using technology, or just about everybody, right? So it's important. People are injured every day because of the use of technology. Oh, so it's important. Okay, so let's make the reader want to read your essay. Make the examiner want to read your essay. Content is king. And then you have a thesis. Okay, the thesis is the sentence of your introduction, usually the last 1 to 2 sentences of your introduction, that tell the reader exactly what you are doing in this essay. The structure of the essay, the argument of the essay, the voice of the essay, that's all contained in a good thesis, okay? A bad thesis is like, in this essay, I will discuss the negatives of technology and give my opinion. Okay? Why is this a bad thesis, everybody? If you write this kind of a thesis, why would this be considered a bad thesis? By the way, in college or university, if you write this, your professor will say, rewrite the essay or rewrite the introduction. Okay? It's a fact. It's not like, oh, Adrian said that. No, try it. Domenico is doing his PhD. I bet your supervisor, his or her hair would stand on end if they read this kind of a thesis. They'd be like, what are you doing? This is grade 7, grade 8. It's not just because it's a template. So Anna says because it's a template. Justin Preet says because it doesn't really make sense. Right? Justin Preet, I agree with you. It's Parsa, it's not too direct. In fact, it's not direct at all, right? This gives no information or very little. This gives virtually no information on what you actually think. And it's time wasting. Okay? Instead of telling me what you will do, just do it. Okay? In a professional situation, there's not much value in telling people what you will do. In this presentation, I will talk about a couple of key points. Now just talk about it. In this presentation, I will explain the way cell phones have become dangerous for humans, as well as certain types of software like AI assistants. Okay, great. Now I know what you're doing, right? Instead of you telling me later on that this is what you're going to do, right? All right. All right, so that's the concept that you follow. There's a lot of bad information. And unfortunately, everybody, you sometimes even see this information on some very official websites like IDP and Cambridge. And you know, we're partners with them, so I don't want to complain too much, but I don't think they're giving advice to people who are trying to get a band 8 or a band 9. I think they're kind of just giving advice to people who are, you know, going in at that band 6, maybe 6.5 range, and they're not really saying like, hey guys, girls, this advice isn't really for people who want those top scores. Okay, so what is a good thesis? A good thesis has a direct statement. Okay. So a good thesis for this question, let's take a quick look at the question again. When you're writing your thesis, everyone, it's a good idea to really read the question. You might want to, in fact, it's a good idea to read the question a second time while you're composing your thesis, just to make sure that you're absolutely on target for a good thesis, okay? So some people are concerned that technology has encouraged people to be lazy and irresponsible. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this belief? Okay, so a good thesis here, reflecting that question, would be something like, I strongly agree that technology has contributed to people procrastinating and being irresponsible by, and then the 2 reasons. Okay, so what are the 2 reasons that technology has done this? By giving distractions and comfort. Okay? That's what I would write for a good thesis. Okay? So in this thesis, let me just shift this down a bit so you can see it. So the bad versus the good. Okay, let me show you the bad versus the good here. Okay. So the thesis statement, keep this in mind, the thesis statement gives the structure, the main points, and perspective in the essay. Okay? That's what it needs to do. The structure, the main points, the perspective. By perspective here, I mean the voice of the author. Okay. So in this bad thesis, we really don't have much going on. Okay. In this essay, I will discuss the negatives of technology and give my opinion. Okay. A lot of English speakers at even a mediocre level of English can probably write that sentence, and it's not really telling me what you are actually doing. It's just telling me what you're planning to do, right? A good thesis immediately jumps in with the position, I strongly agree. It shows that, okay, I strongly agree. It's not just, I'm going to tell you if I agree or not. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? And then it says, has contributed to people procrastinating. Procrastinating is a nice piece of vocabulary here, which means to keep putting off jobs or responsibilities. So procrastinating is a type of being lazy. It's a type of not doing what you need to do. So it's a type of being lazy. So it has contributed to this and this, to being irresponsible, by giving distractions and comfort. Now, I'm going to reverse those. So this is why it's good to read, because comfort is a little bit more related to procrastinating, and distractions is a little bit more connected to irresponsibility. And I'm going to fix the parallel grammar here as well. So by being procrastinators and irresponsible. And then I have nice parallel grammar here for my points as well. So a good thesis takes practice, and students continue to practice writing a good thesis statement. Okay, well, let me ask you. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to tell me. When do students stop improving their thesis statements, or when does education no longer focus on writing a good thesis statement? And this is why it's so important. This is why I'm taking an extra minute in this class to really emphasize this. So what do you think? At what level does education no longer focus on having a good thesis? Okay, Fuang says maybe university. That is a very interesting answer to this, and I think Domenico might actually be able to answer this well if he's still here. Ranuta says when they think they're perfect. Alexandra says never. Okay, Alexandra, you're right. Okay. Never. All right. Yeah, Nat, very good. Nat says when you get a good job. Yeah. And then when you get a good job, that's when you start using that good thesis statement. So keep this in mind, students, that many masters and PhD students will take up to 6 months on average to formulate their final thesis for their research papers and dissertations. Okay. So when you're in your graduate studies and you're doing your master's and you're doing your PhD, you have to write a big paper. And when I mean a big paper, I mean like basically a book in many cases, like 100 pages. And these master's and PhD, let's call them essays or articles, they have a thesis statement. And those thesis statements have to be perfect for your evaluations and your peer reviews, right? Nat says, I took a year to finish my final essay. And Nat, how long did you take for your thesis statement? Just focusing on that thesis statement of your essay, right? So, of course, in the IELTS, we're not writing a master's paper here or a PhD paper. That's down the road for most people. But certainly, writing a thesis like, in this essay, I will discuss the negatives of technology and give my opinion, is a far cry from the expected level that you need to have in your first year university. Okay? All right. Everybody got that? Justin Preet says, I just read it with synonyms. Ugh, Justin Preet, again, right? We're talking about a grade 6, 7 level there at best. Okay? Patient says, some teachers of IELTS say that you're wasting your synonyms if you include your main point in the thesis. Patients, ask them why. Just ask them that question. Why? Ask them what is considered a good thesis by academia. Okay? Just ask that question. If you hear these weird advice, like just paraphrase or just, oh, don't waste your time, then ask them, what is considered to be a good thesis at the college and university level? They should be able to tell you that. Okay. All right. Okay. So keep that in mind, everybody. Thesis statements. Practice good thesis statements. They will make or break your essay. Okay. All right. Also, by the way, students, another key part here on the thesis statement is having a good thesis statement helps you to write the essay. Okay. So, and this is really important to keep in mind. So having a direct thesis statement, a direct and good thesis statement will help you to write your essay faster and better. Okay. I see this all the time from IELTS candidates where they read the question, they really quickly jump to this kind of a bad thesis. In this essay, I will discuss the negatives of technology and give my opinion. And then as soon as they finish that, they start thinking. They're like, okay, so what are the negatives? Let me just think for a second. What should I write first? Well, I guess technology makes people lazy because they're always playing video games. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm going to write about that one first. And then what should I write about second? Well, I've already written about lazy and video games. Ooh, I'm stuck now. What do I do? Okay, well, I'm going to take like 4 minutes here to figure out my second point. Okay, well, people are using AI way too much now because they're writing emails with just AI and it's like confusing. They send bad information. Okay, I'm going to write about that one now. Okay, that's the next one. So you're like writing your essay piece by piece and you're hoping that the reader will enjoy that and make sense of what you're writing. Good luck with that. That's pretty difficult to do. I've never succeeded writing an essay like that. I definitely want to know what I'm going to write for my body paragraphs before I start writing, right? So you might as well take that time that you would waste doing that, and instead of investing your time ineffectively, invest it into the thesis, figure out what you're going to write for those body paragraphs, state the thesis directly, and then just write it, right? It's going to be a lot faster, a lot more cohesive, right? All right. So I'm sure a lot of you are like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, Domenico says, my supervisor would toss it out the window if you came up with that type of an introduction like this essay will discuss. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Ranuta, we have a reading video coming up in a couple of weeks, so we're on the same page. Okay. Okay, Pardis, yes, you can mention the other side, but definitely focus your essay on one side. Okay. All right. Writing is definitely the most challenging part of the IELTS exam to get a good score. So you really need to stand out. You really need to do a good job. Okay. All right. So let's do this. In your hook, you should always include the topic. Okay. What is the topic here? Okay. Always identify the topic before you start writing. It's very dangerous to not do this. If you go off topic in your essay, IELTS is not just an English exam. It's a thinking exam. It's an educational exam, especially the academic. If you go off topic, even with perfect English, you will get a low score. Okay? They don't know if you're just using a memorized essay or you didn't understand the question, which is bad, of course. So you have to be on topic. What's the topic here, everybody? Some people are concerned that technology has encouraged people to be lazy and irresponsible. What's the topic here? What are we talking about? Okay. Use English in the chat, everybody. IELTS, intermediate to advanced English level. I'm sure all of you have it. Don't switch between languages. It's extremely important. It's one of the most important skills of modern humans, being able to maintain language. If you're I speak three. I speak Japanese, Hungarian, English. When I speak English, I think speak English. When I speak Hungarian, I think speak Hungarian. When I speak Japanese, I think speak Japanese. I never swap between the two, and I'm always teaching my kids to do the same. So in the chat, if you're here to do English, do English. If you want to speak another language, you can do that. Just do it somewhere else and focus on that language. Okay. All right. Negative. Yeah, Nat, absolutely. Topic is negative aspects of technology. I agree. Very good, Nat. I can tell that you're a graduate student just by your effective response there. Yep. Pima says we can also call it the effect of technology. Yep, I would agree with that, because you might disagree and say, no, it hasn't made people lazy and irresponsible. So it could be the effect of technology. I think that's an appropriate identification of the topic. Okay. All right. Deviat, very good. It's another way to say it. Consequences of technology. So there are obviously a lot of different ways to express this topic. June Lee says it's the impact of technology. I agree. Yep. Okay. So those are all good. So your hook, when you write a hook, your hook should be short. It should be interesting. It should be a fact. In the IELTS, don't use a quote that doesn't belong to you. Don't be like, Elon Musk once said, technology used inappropriately will destroy man. That's Elon Musk. It's not you. Okay, don't quote Elon Musk. All right. Or Einstein. Be you. All right. Don't ask a question. Questions are not good. Anybody know why? Usually, and professors will tell you this as well, stay away from questions in the hook. Why? Anybody know? So hook. A short, interesting statement that includes the topic and catches the reader. That's why it's called the hook. It catches the like my sound. I need a sound effects like thing that catches the reader. Yeah. So short, interesting statement and includes the topic and catches the reader. That's what a hook does. It's like think about it like a long title. Kind of like a long title. Okay, a title is usually just a couple of words. The hook is around, like I usually say, 8 to 12 words. It should be your focus here. No grammar mistakes, no spelling mistakes. Okay. If you want to get a band 7, band 8, band 9, should be about 8 to 12 words. Domenico says rhetorical questions are not so appreciated in your writing. It's right. Why is that? There is logic to all of this, everybody. So again, here, it's not about Adrian said this or that guy said that. It's logic. People have figured out these systems. So why are questions not good? Okay. Questions aren't good because if you're asking a question, your reader can answer that question. If they answer that question and it's different from your ideas, then they lose interest in your writing. They go, if you write, for instance, why is technology so bad? Then your reader might go, well, I think it's so bad because it hurts people's eyes and they don't exercise. Okay. Now they're thinking about different ideas than what you're presenting. So questions are bad because the reader isn't looking to answer questions. They're looking for your answer. Okay? They're not looking for questions. They're looking for answers. You have the question. It's given to you. It's the task 2. Okay? All right. Yeah, Alexander, exactly. The reader should not be encouraged to answer questions unnecessarily. So in some rare cases, students, there are questions in introductions, but I'm not going to talk about those. That's more advanced, different types of writing, unnecessary for the IELTS exam. In most essays, especially IELTS essays, there's no need for a question. It's actually not a good idea. So, right. So let's give a statement. So can somebody give me an interesting statement about the negative effects of technology? Give me an 8 to 12 word sentence that includes negative effects of technology and makes me want to read your essay, where I read it and I go, oh, I want to read what's next. I want to read the next 2 sentences. I want to read the next paragraph. Especially these days, everyone, with the way the world is going with all these short videos and reels and TikTok, you have to keep people interested step by step, right? If they're not interested in the first sentence, they click away. Some of you come to this live class and you go, this guy's just loud. I'm out. I'm gone. Right? So I have to keep you interested every step of the way. It's my job to give you good information and keep you watching, make you interested in what I have to say. No different than your essay. Okay? And people are more and more like that because of technology. Hint, hint. That's part of this concept here, right? Okay? So what's a good hook for this? Fuang, Cham, try to write in English. You're in an English class, and an intermediate to advanced English class at that. So probably a good idea, Chum, to write in English as much as possible. Okay? It's not good to distract people with non-English. Okay? So Fuang says this: the advancement of technology has had a significant impact on human life. Okay? We don't need the nowadays. Fuang, it's short, it's sweet, it introduces the topic. Does it get me to read more? Yeah, not so much. So I would say topic, yes. Short, yes. Interesting, no. Not so much, Fuang, right? I mean, on the IELTS it's acceptable, but it's not really moving towards that band 9. It's kind of like if I'm your examiner, I'm like, okay, it's at least it's a hook. I'm thinking band 7 for sure. But am I interested? Have you impressed me with original thought, using some good vocabulary to capture my interest in the real world, in the world of college or university? Not so much. I wouldn't call it very good or expert. Okay. Okay, Anahita says technology as an incentivizing tool. Okay, okay, I'll read it before I criticize. I'll read it or critique, Anahita. So technology as an incentivizing tool for indulgence. Okay, watch your spelling there. And irresponsibility has become a controversial topic. Okay, The topic, yeah, it's in there. Negatives of technology. Short, no. Interesting, kind of. All right. So we're working towards the right direction here. We need to make this more concise. Can somebody rewrite this exact same sentence here that Anahita has given us and just make it shorter, more concise? We can say the exact same information and we can remove about 30% by using different word forms. Can anybody do that for me? Can you make this more concise so that we can move this from a band 7 to at least a band 8 hook? Okay. Technology as an incentivizing tool for indulgence and irresponsibility has become a controversial topic. Let's make that into a much more concise sentence. Okay, being concise is extremely important for high band scores in good writing. Okay, you cannot write long sentences just to write long sentences. Concise means to state information in short, clear ways. Okay. Okay, Nat says technology as a reward for irresponsibility is contagious. Nat, that's kind of changing it. Anahita says technology, a tool for indulgence, has become a controversial topic. It's better, Anahita. Okay. All right, better. Let me show you. Technology incentivizes indulgence and irresponsibility. It's intrinsically controversial. Of course it is, right? So we don't even need that part. I made it like 50% shorter. Technology incentivizes indulgence and irresponsibility. Now, it's good, but it's a bit opinionated for a hook. You have to be careful not to have too strong of an opinion in the hook, but it's okay. I would read this. So if I saw this in a magazine or in a newspaper, I would like to continue reading the article. So technology incentivizes indulgence and irresponsibility. Okay, interesting. Let me read more, right? All right, Ghazi says technology has turned our lives upside down these days. Ghazi, it's not bad. I would take out the hour and just go people. I wouldn't use the our, us, we. It's not bad. I like to stay away from it in a persuasive essay at the beginning. I don't want to bring the reader into the essay because I don't know. Maybe they're 70 years old and they still don't have a television, and I don't know. Maybe they don't use technology, right? So I don't like to bring them into it, but you're kind of on the right track. So technology has turned people's lives upside down. These days is not necessary, okay? Why don't we need these days or nowadays in this sentence, everybody? So in good writing, again, your professor, your teacher would say, why are you writing these days or nowadays? You don't need that. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. Okay, that's an interesting hook. I would like to continue reading. It's short. Why don't we need the nowadays here in this sentence, everybody? So okay, David says it's obvious. Why is it obvious, David? Okay, what makes it obvious? The grammar, right? So has turned, present perfect. This tells me that it started sometime in the past and it's currently the situation. Okay? Yeah, exactly, Amra. Amra's joined in. It's a great day for our moderators. Amra, nice. Yeah, exactly. Amra has the exact answer. Yeah, because it's present perfect. We know it's nowadays from the grammar. Okay? So that would be considered repetition in writing when you're repeating what your grammar is already doing. Okay? Let's stick with that one. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. I like it. Why is that powerful? By the way, this would actually be, interestingly, considered a Band 9 thesis for this topic. Or sorry, Band 9 hook. Not thesis. Band 9 hook. Why? It's a good question here. So it's short, using present perfect. So even though this looks like a simple sentence, it's actually not a simple sentence. We've got present perfect here. And there's one other element here that's really powerful as a hook to capture the reader. So technology has turned people's lives upside down. What is so captivating here? What is it that captures most of us? What is it that makes us want to read more here? Okay, Anahita is asking, what is upside down? Yeah, Rihan says it's using a really good expression, turn life upside down. Okay. Okay, this is kind of an idiomatic expression, and it basically means that it's created confusion, it's created a lot of change, so much change, confusion, challenge, okay, opposite, all right, and importantly, it's very visual. Okay, visual sensory language is very powerful in communication, and it's definitely powerful in your writing, and when you're using it well in your task 2, you're going to get a good score. So turning life upside down, very visual. I can feel it, I can see it, I can be a part of it. It makes me want to read more. Okay. All right. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense? So short, but advanced grammar, advanced language, visual language, topic is included, accurate. Okay, let's go with it. Thanks, Ghazi. So technology, and I love it when the hook has the key word of the topic as the first word of the hook. It's like an immediate, bam, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. And it's very hard to disagree with that, right? Most of us will say, yeah, I mean, since I've been using technology, especially these days, since I'm using ChatGPT, my life is like different. I do my tasks differently every day. When I'm driving my car, I'm using an app and I'm using it differently, right? So it's every day I'm learning new technology and it's changing the way I live. So it's turning my life upside down. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. Very nice, Ghazi. Very nice. Good thinking. Okay, so that's your hook. Now comes the background. What is technology? Why are we talking about it? Right? Let's include the background. I'm going to move ahead here, but again, I encourage you to write. So keep writing. And I want to see what you come up with. The background should give definitions, give key definitions, and importance. And on the IELTS, concise and quick. Otherwise, you will end up with a very long, confusing introduction. So 1 to 2 sentences here, everybody. Okay. So, modern gadgets and software are changing the attitudes and behaviors of people around the world each day. Okay? Now, within that sentence, I have a definition. What is technology? Technology is gadgets like phones, smartwatches, software, YouTube that you're using right now, ChatGPT, TikTok, Instagram, right? It's the gadgets, it's the software, and they're changing the attitudes. You didn't give me a like on my video. I'm so angry at you. I'm not going to talk to you this week until you give me a like. I didn't like your comment. I'm not going to talk to you this week. Right? I hope not, but you never know. I don't know what's going on in schools these days. So it's changing people's behaviors around the world. Everybody, right? It's not just America. It's not just India, Germany, Nigeria. It's everywhere. Okay, right? So within this sentence, and again, it's the IELTS. So of course we could define and emphasize more in a university paper, but in the IELTS, it's just one sentence. Okay. Modern gadgets and software are changing the attitudes and behaviors of people around the world each day. So true. Okay. It's great that I got a chuckle out of some of you. All right. Let me get this a little bit higher so you can see that. All right. Okay. Fantastic. Now comes the thesis. Okay. Here's the thesis statement. We've already written the thesis statement, or I have before when we talked about it. So we know where we're going, and this is how you see, oh, okay, I get it now. You get a good introduction. It's 3-4 sentences, and then you're into a great essay, right? So here is my good thesis. Okay. And now I have a good introduction. Am I just repeating the question? Absolutely not. Am I giving the reader interest and value? Definitely. That's what I'm going for. Here we go. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. Modern gadgets and software are changing attitudes and behaviors of people around the world each day. I strongly agree that technology has contributed to people being procrastinators and irresponsible by providing comfort. So I'm going to change that word to providing comfort and distractions. Okay. And I'm going to actually add the word frequent because it's like all the time, right? So that's your Band 9 thesis, everyone. That's how you compose a Band 9 introduction. Does that make sense? And when you practice this at home, for the IELTS, these aren't your, master's or PhD topics. It's not terribly difficult. And if you don't have the exact vocabulary, like you don't know procrastinators, it's okay. Just use the word lazy. All right? Okay. All right. Anahita says, this hook also shows that the person agrees with the statement and we are not supposed to show. Not necessarily, Anahita, because turning people's lives upside down isn't necessarily negative. It just means a big change. Okay. It doesn't actually state that it's necessarily negative. So it's not as opinionated. It doesn't quite shed light onto how it has turned our lives upside down. That comes later in my thesis. Okay. All right. So good question there. Alexander says, yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. So when you're practicing at home and you have your introduction, especially for the introduction, read the question, read your introduction, and make sure that the two of them align with each other. Okay. So some people are concerned that technology has encouraged people to be lazy and irresponsible. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this belief? Technology has turned people's lives upside down. Modern gadgets and software are changing the attitudes and behaviors of people around the world each day. I strongly agree that technology has contributed to people being procrastinators and irresponsible by providing frequent comfort and distractions. Okay, let's jump into body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 1 should have a topic sentence that gives a deeper definition of your first point. In this case, the first thesis point is procrastinators and comfort. Okay? And then you will explain this. How does that happen? How do people get comfortable and procrastinate because of technology, right? And then you will give an example. So first, an explanation. Use numbers. We'll talk about that. And then you will give an example. Okay, so that's your body paragraph. That's what your body paragraph needs. Okay. All right, so let's do the topic sentence. Everybody write a good topic sentence. Comfort, procrastination. What does that mean? Okay. Many tasks have become much easier these days with the use of advanced mechanics and software, as well as many forms of entertainment have emerged with technology. This advancement, I'm going to do it in 2 sentences, and then I can think about making it more concise. By the way, students, if you have the chance to do the computer-based exam, I strongly recommend it using technology, right? Because making corrections to your writing, it's just a lot easier to do in the computer-based version of the test. You just delete and rewrite, right? With the paper-based, it can turn a bit messy, so you have to use a different strategy with that. Now, of course, it's important that you can touch type. You don't have to be as fast as me. If you are, great. If you're fast, you're awesome. But you do want to touch type, and that means looking at the screen while using all 10 fingers on the keyboard. If you don't know how to touch type, learn touch typing, rapid typing, and Typeland. Those are some good software to teach you English touch typing, and you can learn language while you're learning to touch type, vocabulary, and so on. Okay, so this advancement motivates people to spend more time relaxing and less time getting work done. All right, so many tasks have become much easier. In academic essays, you don't need a lot of those varies and muches, so let's take that out. Many tasks have become easier. Let's take out these days. I just mentioned to you tense is enough. We don't need the these days. With the use of advanced mechanics, so we don't even need advanced mechanics and software, including entertainment, including an abundance of entertainment options. Okay. And it's advancements, right? So these advancements motivate, watch your plurals, people to spend more time relaxing and less time getting work done. Okay. Indeed, effective vehicle transport has reduced commute times. AI software has made schoolwork easier, and software and social media has captured much of individuals' free time. Sure, Okay, I'm just kind of going along with the concept, visualizing it, right? So I'm seeing people going to work on their e-bikes and their e-scooters, and they're faster, and so they watch another short video on Instagram, or they quickly turn on Netflix and watch an episode before they go out to work. Lots of ways that we can write this. Just reflect on your own life, right? So are you guilty of doing this? Probably. I know I am. I know sometimes when I have to go somewhere and I know, hey, I can get there pretty fast now if I take my e-bike. So I have a couple more minutes to watch that little video my friend just sent me. That's exactly what I'm doing, right? So this is the explanation. Okay. Now, always think about your points and the topic, right? So negative impact of technology making people, in this case, lazier or procrastinate, all right? And I can use a personal example here because I'm writing this essay in the first person voice. Academic essays are usually written in the third person voice, and you can write the task 2 in IELTS in the third person voice. It is absolutely okay. I chose to use the first person voice here, the I, me, my. Why? Can anybody tell me? And I'm going to use that in my example here. Okay. Yesterday, I was late for work because I watched an exciting episode of American Ninja Warrior on Netflix in the morning, thinking I would be okay because of the quick commute using my e-bike. This is definitely procrastination. Okay. All right. So something like that. Okay. So, and it's not true. I'm working out of my home office right now. So I'm just imagining this. And I don't have an e-bike, believe it or not. It's not a toy I have yet. But, you know, I can picture this and I can imagine it to be real. So why am I using first person? Mariam says because it's your opinion. Asa says because it asks for your opinion. That's true, Asa. The question is asking your own experience and your opinion, right? The question is very subjective. Some people might disagree. So it's purely my opinion. Yep. Parsa says to reflect on, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Omar, it could be with a hyphen. I've seen e-bike with no hyphen as well, so it doesn't really matter. Electric bike, e-bike, seen it both ways. Yeah. Any other reason? What do you think? Why do you think IELTS first person is okay? Again, it's logic, right, students? So it's not like Adrian said, the other guy says never write I or me in the IELTS essays. And there's no such rule. If you try to find that from the IELTS test centers, they'll tell you, no, we don't have a rule that you can't write I or me or my. It's because you can't do research, okay? So in IELTS, you do not have the option to Google research articles like in university. So realistically, you are giving your own experience and not objective facts. Okay, it's a big difference there, right? So in some cases it's okay, but oftentimes in IELTS, you're relying on your own knowledge. So obviously it's your knowledge. So it's just kind of weird to say like people were late to work because they were riding their e-bikes and watching TikTok movies. So you don't have that option, right? Okay, always review the body paragraphs, all right? Sandy. I like it. Sandy has a topic sentence for us. Sandy says, a significant number of people have become too relaxed and lazy without leaving time for attention to research due to the use of the internet. Yeah, sure. You could do that, Sandy. Now you need to explain that, right? So it's a good topic sentence. Sure. You can go with that. Okay. All right, let's review this. So many tasks have become easier with the use of mechanics and software, including an abundance of entertainment options. These advancements motivate people to spend more time relaxing and less time getting work done. Indeed, effective vehicle transport has reduced commute times, AI software has made schoolwork easier, and social media has captured much of individuals' free time. So show some possession there. Yesterday, I was late for work because I watched an exciting episode of American Ninja Warrior on Netflix in the morning, thinking I would be okay because of the quick commute using my e-bike. This is procrastination, right? Microsoft Word says, hey, let's make that more concise. Okay. All right. Good. I'm on to body paragraph 2. Body 2. Topic: irresponsible. Why? Because of distractions, right? Now, how should I start this sentence? So, should I start it with in addition? Or should I start it with furthermore? Or should I even start it with, well, I won't give you that because then you'll know what I'm going for here. So in this case, I'm going to join my two paragraphs, and I definitely should use some kind of a connective word here. Should I use in addition or should I use furthermore? Some of you are probably thinking, what's the difference? Right? There is a difference. Although slight, there is a difference. Ghazi says I should use in addition. Anahita says you should use in addition. Asa says, no, you should use furthermore. Fuang says you should use furthermore. There's some disagreement in the force. Okay. Sure you can, Nazima, in the right context. Uavia says you should use in addition. Anna says additionally. No, I should use furthermore. It's the better choice. Why? That's the million-dollar question, right? Why should I use furthermore instead of in addition? What's the difference? These are the little nuances of English, and when you understand them, that's when you're really a Band 9 user of the English, an expert user. Okay? Band 9 user knows the difference between in addition and furthermore. What's the difference? Alexander says, furthermore boosts the argument. Okay. In addition means of equal importance. Okay, furthermore, or more so, or moreover, okay, these expressions Okay? These mean plus and even more importantly. Okay? That's the difference. Everybody got that? Okay? So furthermore, moreover, tell your reader that here's my next point, and this one is even more important than my first one. Okay? Does everybody? Anahita says 6 thumbs up. I got you. Okay? Kilina says nice to know. Why am I saying that? Well, arguably because procrastinating is, yeah, it's bad. So not doing my work on time, being late for work, it's not good. It's bad. But being irresponsible and potentially causing physical harm, like texting while driving and crashing into somebody and killing them, crashing into me while I'm on my e-bike, oh no! Arguably an even bigger problem of technology, right? Okay, so that's why I'm going to use furthermore here. Furthermore, technology has made people neglectful. Neglectful is similar to irresponsible, but almost even stronger here. Furthermore, technology has made people neglectful because of frequent distractions. Which has resulted in dangerous situations for many. Okay, so it's like, oh, now remember what I said. You want to keep your reader reading, right? So in the introduction, I get you to read my ideas. In body 1, I give you an interesting piece of content where you go, oh yeah, that happens. It happened to me too. I've done that. And then in my next paragraph, I want you to stay reading. And that's challenging to do because people these days have very short attention spans. We're getting used to watching 1-minute videos. So now reading even a 5-10 minute essay is a challenge for people if it's not interesting, right? So we have to keep giving more and more interest for them to read. And this is true for your IELTS examiner too. Your IELTS examiner is also watching TikTok videos when they're not marking exams. It's harder to keep their attention. It's harder to convince them that what you're saying is interesting, right? Blame technology for your band 5. I think my IELTS examiner is just watching reels all day and they didn't even read my whole essay. They gave me a band 5 after they read my hook or my thesis that this essay will discuss, right? Probably true. It's probably true in some cases. All right, so furthermore, technology has made people neglectful because of frequent distractions, which have resulted in dangerous situations for many. Indeed, or certainly, there are cases where people are paying attention to videos, messages, and other content while they have important responsibilities at home, in school, at work, or in public, which demands their full attention. A classic case is texting while driving. Each year, thousands of people suffer vehicle accidents motor vehicle accidents because they are looking at their phones instead of the road. Okay. I have been a victim of such an incident. Bringing it back to the first person. If you start the essay first person voice, your thesis has first person, I strongly believe, then that first person voice should be reflected in every paragraph, even if it's something simple like this. Fortunately, it's not true. Fingers crossed. Nobody's ever crashed into me with looking at their phones, but sadly, I do know a lot of people that have had that situation. So here I'm just adopting it. Okay, I could say my friend got into an accident. Okay, Mr. Roy says maybe one of the reasons TikTok is banned in India. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, all right. So here's another paragraph. Let's read it. Furthermore, technology has made people neglectful because of frequent distractions, which have resulted in dangerous situations for many. Certainly, there are cases where people are paying attention to videos, messages, and other content while they have important responsibilities at home, in school, at work, or in public, which demands their full attention. A classic case is texting while driving. Each year, thousands of people suffer motor vehicle accidents because they are looking at their phones instead of the road. I have been a victim of such incidents. Okay. Conclusion. All right, here we go. All right, Nakusoa, it was great to have you here with us. Okay. Ghazi says, tech has captured the minds, not the brains, Ghazi, the minds. Tech has captured the minds and attention of people, and they miss responsibilities in their daily lives. Okay, Ghazi, you have the right idea. You just need the right English to express it. Okay, so, but you're on the right track. Anahita writes, furthermore, with the development of technology, we don't need with the development of technology, Anahita. Really work, Anahita, on your concise writing. Okay, so furthermore, with technology, individuals have become reckless and incautious due to distractions. Okay, you don't need the incautious, you just need the reckless. Okay, Anahita. So furthermore, with technology, individuals have become reckless due to distractions. All right. Okay. Conclusion, everybody. Conclusion, like the introduction, it has 3 parts. So points restated, argument strengthened, and a take-home message. Okay, those are the 3 parts of the conclusion. Again, a good conclusion, and your teachers and professors in school will tell you this, is not just simply repeating your introduction. Nobody's interested. If they see that, it's actually terrible to just repeat the introduction, because it really kind of destroys the impact of your essay. Right? So here you're trying to motivate your reader. You're trying to convince them of an idea. If you just repeat the introduction, then first of all, they might stop reading right at the very end. They're like, well, it's just repeating. So they stop reading. If they read it and they're like, well, that was just kind of like the introduction. Where are we going with this? Why did I just read this? Right? So it's disappointing. It's disappointing just to read reflection of the introduction. Okay, that's how they start teaching introduction. So in grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, they say, just kind of paraphrase the introduction. That's how they start, so that students can learn the concept of the conclusion. But as your writing advances, then the teachers will say, okay, now to write a good conclusion, you have to go beyond the introduction. It has to be more than just what you said at the start of your essay. It has to give value to your reader. It has to leave them with an idea. They have to feel like, oh, okay, that'll make me think for the next couple of days. I should probably do that, or it might be a good idea to tell my friends about that just in case, right? Okay. All right, so in the IELTS, start simple, say in conclusion. All right, so in conclusion, technology, let's bring the topic back, has created challenges with responsibility and sloth. Challenges with being responsible and active. Now I'm going to reverse that because my order in the essay is the opposite. So I'm going to go active and responsible. Now notice how I'm tackling this kind of from the positive side of the two terms. So instead of using irresponsible and lazy, I'm saying challenges with being active and responsible. Okay. Anahita, yes, you can. Anahita's asking, could we both restate and strengthen the argument? Yes, you can. And especially if you're writing lots and you realize, I don't need to write too much more here. I'm already well over that 250 word limit. You can make it more concise. So in conclusion, I firmly believe that technology has created challenges with being active and responsible. Okay. Because of convenience and distraction. Okay. Yeah, Anna, you can say strongly believe. Firmly believe means strongly believe. Okay. All right. So I could do it that way. Okay. I can kind of combine the points and strengthening the argument. You have to be careful when you do that. You have to think, again, remember I said numbers. So in conclusion, I firmly believe that technology has created challenges with being active and responsible because of convenience and distractions for billions of people each day. So I'm going to put that in to really impact the reader, like indirectly telling the reader that you're probably one of them. You're probably reading my essay right now thinking, I'll give him a quick band 7.5, no skin off my back, and then I'm going to go watch my Netflix in my lunch break, get another 5 minutes in. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. But wait, this essay is so good. It's so interesting. I'm going to read it. I'm almost there. He's got one more sentence to go. So I'm going to read it. That's what you want. You want to hold your audience. It's the skill of the century. Hold your audience. Your brain is mine. You're like, no, he's got me. All right. So in conclusion, I firmly believe that technology has created challenges being active and responsible because of convenience for billions of people each day. Therefore, this is my take-home message for everybody. Therefore, it is vital to shed light on these issues and educate society to avoid these pitfalls of technology. Okay? And here I'm not introducing a new topic. Be very careful about that, okay? That's a very common mistake among writers that are kind of inexperienced, that they introduce a new topic in their conclusion. Never introduce a new topic in your conclusion, okay? It should be ideas that can be clearly understood from the writing, okay? All right? Yeah, you can Abhi, if you're writing a first person voice essay, I actually recommend that you include your personal view. The essay is asking you for that. It says, what do you believe? Right? Pitfalls, Anna, is another way to say dangers. A pitfall is basically you're walking along, there's a hole in the ground, and you fall in that pit. It's a pitfall. I just broke my leg. Ah! Where's my phone? I need a quick TikTok video. What to do? Broken legs. How to bandage. Oh, my leg doesn't hurt anymore. It's a cute cat video. I'm watching that now. Okay, I should go to the hospital, but it can wait. This cat video is too good. So, distractions of technology, right? So, in conclusion, I firmly believe that technology has created challenges being active and responsible because of convenience for billions of people each day. Therefore, it is vital to shed light on these issues and educate society to avoid these pitfalls. I wouldn't even say of technology. We understand that from the context. Okay? All right. That's how it's done, everybody. Okay? All right, let's look through the essay, make sure that we don't need to do any more corrections. Anybody curious about the word count here? Let's do it. Let's check it out. Word count. Okay. Let's see. It is 270 words. Okay. There you go. It was 275, but I've got some instructional words in there like take-home message, and so I minused 5. An explanation, example, a couple of them in there. All right. A thesis background, probably a little bit less, actually, probably closer to 265. Okay. Romanovich, who looks tired? I look tired. I'm jacked. I'm ready to go. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I'm anything but. I'm actually thinking about doing a 10K run here after this class. All right. I wonder what I must look like when I'm not tired. All right, everybody. So here we go. Task 2 question. Some people are concerned that technology has encouraged people to be lazy and irresponsible. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this belief? Give answers and explanations from your own opinion. All right. Here we go. Technology has turned people's lives upside down. Modern gadgets and software are changing the attitudes and behaviors of people around the world each day. I strongly agree that technology has contributed to people being procrastinators and irresponsible by providing frequent comfort and distractions. Many tasks have become easier with the use of mechanics and software, including an abundance of entertainment options. These advancements motivate people to spend more time relaxing and less time getting work done. Indeed, effective vehicle transport has reduced commute times, AI software has made schoolwork easier, and social media has captured much of individuals' free time. Yesterday, I was late for work because I watched an exciting episode of American Ninja Warrior on Netflix in the morning, thinking I would be okay because of the quick commute using my e-bike. This is procrastination. Furthermore, technology has made people neglectful because of frequent distractions, which have resulted in dangerous situations for millions. Certainly, there are cases where people are paying attention to videos, messages, and other content while they have other important responsibilities at home, in school, at work, or in public, which demands their full attention. A classic case is texting while driving. Each year, thousands of people suffer motor vehicle accidents because they are looking at their phones instead of the road. I have been a victim of such incidents. In conclusion, I firmly believe that technology has created challenges being active and responsible because of convenience for billions of people each day. Therefore, it is vital to shed light on these issues and educate society to avoid these pitfalls. thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you, Carolina. Umra, thanks for jumping in. Sarah, I'm not sure if you're still there. Members, Anahita, Anna, Ghazi. Awesome. Our regular viewers, Alexander, Grant, Patience. So awesome to have you all with me, contributing your questions, your answers, your sentences. You are fantastic people. Obviously, you are using technology to grow and develop. And I hope none of you are using it while you're driving. For more task to writing, for more help, visit the websites aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gltshelp.com for general. Sign up for the premium package. Tons of videos there with me for you. Interactive courses, apps for your phones. Doesn't cost a lot. It costs like the same as a couple of meals at a restaurant. So really worth the investment. You can get it through YouTube. Go to the shopping. Get it through Shopify. Just send us an email so we can activate your accounts there. Get it through the websites. Through the websites, use the code IMAGINE9. You can use the code through Shopify as well. Tomorrow, we've got Speaking Part 2 right here on YouTube. And then we've got Speaking Part 3 on the website. We've made some upgrades there to make that experience more enjoyable for those of you who were there last week. I want you to check it out. I want to make sure it works for you, those upgrades, those changes. And we'll have some more fun learning for the IELTS, learning English, and enhancing our minds with the use of technology, the benefits, right? Have an awesome day, everybody. Have a great start to your weekend. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in the world today. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria. Bye for now.